Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Hey, we're back at it with another version of Express Court. So we'll keep this quick. So really excited today. We have Barrell batch number 36. Yes, Barrell batch number 36. I'm actually excited because this is actually the first Barrell release in probably over about a year now. I think it's been about a year for the most part since the last release. So that's pretty cool. You'll notice something different, a little bit different. This big 36. So Barrell's trying to be extremely transparent as it relates to the batch number. I don't think you can be any more transparent than right here on the front, batch 36. And you'll see the whole brand new design. So Barrell's trying to focus on essentially being a bit more transparent as it relates to the batch number, as well as to the age of the whiskey, and then also where it came from. I actually already thought they were pretty transparent, but they wanted to kind of step their game up a little bit more. So as you can tell here with batch number 36, it has it right here on the front. This is a blend of whiskey coming from 3 different places: Kentucky, aged 9 years; Indiana, aged 7.5, 8, and 10 years; and then Tennessee, aged 8 and 15 years, right? So they're stepping their game up a little bit more from a transparency standpoint. And I probably should say thank you, by the way, for Barrell for sending over this bottle to review it on the channel. So one thing that I think is very unique when you think about Barrell, for the most part, they are always blending older aged whiskey, for the most part, right? Older aged whiskey. And the cool thing about them is that their price, the same price as this bottle, it stayed the same. $90. So over the last few years, where whiskey prices just keep going up. I mean, every release from most other companies, most other distilleries have increased. Barrell are actually probably one of the few where their whiskey prices are the exact same. I mean, batch 35, 34, 33, they're all also about $90. I mean, truly, they're about the same. So over the last couple of years, they're one of the few companies where they did not increase their prices. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Barrell for keeping their prices flat. Thank you, by the way. All right. So what else do we know? So brand new batch 36, first release in the last year. Changed up their branding, cool new design, making it a lot more transparent and so forth, so you know exactly which batch you're getting. When you think about from a mash bill standpoint, and I poured this already, from a mash bill standpoint, the final blended mash bill on this one, 79% corn, 16% rye, and 5% malted barley. So that's the final mash bill on this one. And this one's coming in at exactly, just double check, 114.44 proof. So 114.44 proof. It's the final proof on this one. All right, let's get into the nose real quick. Ooh. Very quintessential Barrell. I've always felt that Barrell blends are very much on the fruit side of the equation, if you will. They're a lot more fruit forward than they are. They're not always the dark leather, chocolate kind of a note or cinnamon kind of a note. They're a lot more fruit forward, if you will. And this one doesn't disappoint. Very much a really good blend of apples, almost like a cherry note. So it's like an apple, cherry, citrus, almost like an orange peel kind of a note. So imagine an orange peel, an apple, some cherries, a smidge of chocolate, a little bit of chocolate, and just a little bit of caramel. So definitely a more on the fruit forward side, but there is that dark cherry kind of a note. Damn, a lot of apples, a lot of citrus, a lot of orange, like an orange peel. Very nice, and a little bit of caramel. Very nice. All right. $90 bottle, brand new release, batch 36 from Barrell. All right, let's go. Here we go. Real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. If you tried batch 36 and Barrell in general, what are your thoughts? And last but not least, please make sure you all subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new episodes. Cool? Cheers. Wow. I actually have a very interesting thing that happened with the palate here. Wow, that's weird. So in the nose, it was an explosion of fruit. Apples, almost like a dried cherry kind of a note. Apples, dried cherry kind of a note. And that burnt orange peel, that citrus note. that was there as well. But there was also like a like the chocolate, almost like a cherry kind of cola kind of a note in the nose. That was way more prevalent in the mid and end of the palate than it was in the nose. It was a little bit there in the nose. A lot more cherry cola and a smidge of leather in the mid and end of the palate. And the fruit is still there, but it's a lot more cherry cola and leather in the mid end of the palate than it was in the nose. Very interesting. Let me get a little bit more here. Smidge more. Let me finish this real quick. Wow. That is actually different for most barrel batches. I'm getting a little bit more. I wanted to pour a little bit more just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Let me get a smidge more. All right. Just wanted to see if something changed again. I did not expect that cherry kind of cola kind of a note meets like a leather note to be as prevalent in the palate. That was actually a shock to me. Let me get another little sip of this. Wow. Very nice. 114 proof. Blended ages of anywhere from 7.5 years up to 15 years. For $90, you might be wondering, Judge, is this another solid buy from Barrell Bourbon? The verdict is in. It is solid. This is solid as they come, honestly. Barrell is truly, they are the blending kings and queens, but they really are the blending kings and queens. They take great older whiskey from multiple different states, blend it together, and they create these unique batches. This is another batch that you can just add to your collection without even wondering, I wonder if it's good. Because I'm telling you, the judge said it's pretty damn special. Hey friends, until the next time, peace, cheers, and most important, salute. Take care. See you guys.